Hello, Ohio. This is the first week of 2026, and I am concerned. You may be thinking, wow, you live in the world that we all live in. Of course, you should be concerned. We're all concerned, but I'm not talking about that. Concerned mostly because I can't remember a tougher end of year to beginning of year transfer. 2025 to 2026 has kind of been the big one. Not in the sense that I live a hard life. I don't actually live that hard of a life. I've been nothing but extremely lucky in the past 27 years of my life. However, I did have a rough transfer. I flew back to Ohio to see my family, celebrate the holidays and everything, and everybody got sick. I was better, and then I wasn't, and then I was, and then I wasn't. Then on New Year's Day, I hit one of the big SADs. You know, the type of SADs that really stop you in your tracks, and you're like, hey, all those things that I actually enjoy. No, you don't. You don't enjoy them anymore. I, like many other folks, hit the big SADs when there's just like a lot of hopelessness going on. Luckily, John Green is telling us to have hope all the time. There's always hope. However, I don't always see it. It's like I have horse blinders on or I'm in the beginning phases of an ocular migraine. In high school and college, I threw discus and hammer. And one of my high school coaches used to always say, you finish how you start. And so that basically just means if you start off a throw and your footwork's wrong, by the end of the throw, it will be completely off. And for those of you who don't know, in discus and hammer, you are playing a game of centimeters. Everything has to be exactly right. You have to get legs loaded and ready to go, or else it can mess everything else up. And while this point may be true for a 16-pound rock on a wire that you're trying to throw hundreds of feet, it may not be true in literally everything else that you do. Even when I started throwing discus, I was terrible. It was my sophomore year of high school. Could not make it to varsity. It was not great. Then I put in a lot of work, and I really grinded on throwing between sophomore and junior year of high school, and I got like pretty good. And senior year, I got pretty good. And then in college, I got all right. I finished throwing much better than I began, which is great. That's improvement. While a discus throw or hammer throw may take less than 5 seconds, your life does not. Your year does not. The nice thing about a full year is that you get to change course. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm not actually all that worried for 2026. I mean, again, I am worried generally as I was in 2025, and I likely will be in 2027. However, I'm not worried that this rough start is going to ruin my year. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is a new thing that I'm going to be trying to post something every week. This is not something where the stuff might be that high quality. If you have been following me, it is likely because of my car videos or tech videos. I'm going to kind of combine everything. So one week I'll talk about cars. Next week I'll talk about tech stuff. I'll talk about whatever, really. Whatever my hyper focus is that week is what I want to talk about. I want to be consistent, and I want to be making things again. So, feel free to follow along. I post on Tuesdays. The reason I'm starting with Hello, Ohio is because most of my community is still in Ohio. I spent the first 26 years of my life in Ohio. And so I know a lot of people there. I know some great people here in Colorado as well, but a lot of my community that I grew up with is back in Ohio. So this is a way for me to practice making things as well as send a little message each week back to Ohio. That's about all I got this week. I hope everybody is off to a great 2026 start. I'm not, but that's okay. We'll get there.